outside is cold and bright, but when you take a breath, you'll inhale the sunlight and exhale the rest. We give up ourselves until love leaves a bruise. Invest in some chain mail to withstand abuse. But what if love is more than just the sum of what it costs?
Guess who forgot to add the audio on this scene? I was literally just setting this up, which is why I was like, oh, I am going to be a little late because the webcam was being weird. So bear with me. How are sound levels right now for you guys? Am I really loud? Is the music a good level in comparison to my voice? I'm going to keep talking instead of asking the question and then going silent because that's not actually helpful for figuring out sound levels if, one of the sounds is not actively happening. I'm going to switch over to the next scene and we're going to see which scenes I remembered to put the audio on. All right, let's go. Hi, Thymie. I didn't know that you streamed. Did I just miss that memo? Welcome in, everybody. It's so good to see you. Hi, Lesbian. Welcome in, Crimson Vixen and Pyro Witch 69. Both excellent usernames. I'm streaming off of a new laptop for the first time, so if audio levels are weird, I apologize. Just let me know. It does look like I remembered to put the audio on this scene. We'll see if I remember to put it on all the other scenes because I didn't remember for the starting up scene. Okay, thanks, Stars. And I'm sorry about your stream. I was lurking. I'm sorry that your internet was being a butt. Okay, cool. If you guys need, the sound volume higher, just let me know. I can't make myself any louder at the moment, but I can make the music louder. Yeah, I know it happens, but that doesn't mean we have to like it. Thank you for giving Thymie a shout out. Thymie. I do this every single time, and because I question myself every single time, I never remember which it is. I think that the webcam is out of focus. Or maybe that's just because this is way high up because that other thing is... No, that looks out of focus. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I know, but I've known you for so long and I still cannot make myself remember. It's more it's funny to me that I think about it so hard every single time. Thymie. Okay, I was right the first time. Eventually I'll remember, right? Okay, what was I was messing with the webcam. That's what I was doing. For some reason on... Fuck off, dude. There's so many notifications that I haven't turned off yet. Let me see here. Oh, interesting. On this, it won't do a second image on the thing. Okay, if you guys have eye issues, don't look for a second because I'm gonna fuck with the focus, so it'll hurt your eyeballs. Or at least it hurts my eyeballs when I watch somebody mess with that. We're gonna... Oh, interesting. It's just not gonna do it at all. What happens if I turn on autofocus? Will you autofocus then? The autofocus doesn't work on this, but... No, interesting. Okay, this works very differently than it does on Mac. Let me move you a little bit. Does that look better? Not really. See, the painting looks fine. For some reason, this looks really... Maybe it's just because it's washed out because I had to bump up the white balance, brightness, words, mean things. Let me see, because it doesn't seem to be changing it while it's open. So, what's the point of having the program? if it won't actually do what I want it to do. Hi, Shani. And yeah, that is a lot of pickles. Let's see if I close this and then reopen it, what does it do? And for some reason on the webcam through like the G-Hub software, it automatically takes me to the microphone settings on the webcam, which is like, that's not what anybody. I also am not used to this touchpad yet. Yeah, so that doesn't change anything while another application is using it. So you are worthless. Thank you for playing. Can I do properties through here or that? Oh, I bet I know actually why it's a little blurry. It's because I had to fuck with the ratio a little bit. Yeah, I think that's gonna be something I figure out another time. I don't think there's much I can do about it now. If the software that's supposed to mess with it won't work. But like the painting looks good, it's just the ink. So I guess getting to painting is probably the solution there. I painted this last week, and I also finished this last week. Just in case you thought I was doing nothing. Which I don't think anybody actually thought that, but... yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. This is all weird. Like, I know I'm, like, autistic, but can we not? Ooh, I know what I forgot. I forgot to get paint water. That's what I forgot. I also forgot to put my phone in streaming mode.
Does it feel good? Huh?
Okay, that seems like a good volume level. That seems about the same as it was on the other laptop to me. Hi, BP! What else am I doing? Oh, somebody also followed me. I don't know if I said thank you. Thank you for the follow. Oh, of course, more packages arrive right then. Oh, do I? That's good, because I was freaking out about how the ink looked blurry to me. So if it looks crisp, that's good. What was I doing? I was messaging. I also need to get up and get paint water. I was putting my phone in streaming mode. That was why I picked up my phone in the first place. So everything is out of order just a little bit because I'm doing a different process. And I also haven't streamed in a week. So welcome to the Katie Brain Cells pinging stream. I'm your host, Katie, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Thank you, Greg. Oh, I have these separated because I bought more watercolors because I needed to refill some of mine, which I noticed as I was setting up a gift for a friend. I almost said setting up a friend for a gift. That's not really how that works. Yeah. So yeah, I finished Bearded Dragon. I also did a little bonbon painting, or truffle, or a chocolate, whatever you want to call it. Because, hi Graham, I can actually see when people redeem things right away. How the hell does that happen? Thank you. Well, one of them might have Olipop in it. Probably the one that's beat all to shit because it came out for delivery and then went back to the delivery spot. So you might want to double check it.
Show me your hands.
Nah, I don't think it's that big a deal. Just like as long as the cans are okay, I think we're good. But I'm making stickers that are going to be specific stickers that you can get in my orders as extras for every month. This one is going to be for February. I didn't do it for this month, but everybody who put in an order this month so far has gotten a bonus free print. So, you know, and not all of them were the same. I made a special print for every single one of the orders because I'm extra like that. We've been new. But this will be the bonus sticker for February, and that's going to be the only way to get this sticker is if you order in the month. And I'm going to make all of them look like stamps because my little thank you cards look like postcards. So I'm going to put this on where the stamp would go on the back of the postcard. Because I love nothing if not a theme. Which is also why this is a chocolate too. Because I decided for Sticker Club I was going to do a theme of things you could find in a coffee shop, which brings us to our donut here. Because this is going to be the February Sticker Club sticker, and then this one will be the bonus. And then, oh, I didn't bring that out either. There's going to be for the print club, it's going to be a little thing of gummy bears. It's going to be the print. I have been having a little bit of difficulty figuring out the printing settings from this laptop. It's significantly different settings than I'm used to. So it's a lot easier from the Windows laptop to do something without any borders because no matter how I try to make the borders, they don't make them even from the Windows printing machine. Why, I could not tell you. And yes, I did check that it was centered margins on the print settings because that's a thing. It still doesn't print centered. Don't know why. But I can do that with my Mac, so I'm probably going to continue using both laptops with each other. Yeah, what else do I have to say? I don't even know. How are you guys doing? How was your week? I love how I flattened this once already. I'm gonna need to do it again. He's really curly. Yeah, see, what's wild is it's not the printer that's the issue. It's literally the computer. Because whatever information it's sending is not the same as my other laptop sends. So, like, the printer is printing beautifully. It just is getting shitty information, I guess. Don't know. I did have to replace one of the ink cartridges on the new printer already. Like, I did that this week because I was printing a bunch trying to figure out the settings on this thing, and the answer is so I did beat my head against that rock for a while. Yeah, I do need to go get paint water if we're gonna start painting. You guys should be able to just hear me in the kitchen if I go and get up properly. Here, I'll leave you with the bearded dragon, and we'll see if I knock over this big thing of Lego that's sitting next to me. Also realizing that because I was messing with stuff, I didn't actually go to the bathroom before I started streaming. Hi, Rainbow! I do also need to get a longer laptop charging cord for this, because this is not the best setup that could be. Okay. Feeling mildly overwhelmed, but it's okay. Everything's fine. I still feel like I'm forgetting something, and I really don't know what it is. There's so many more steps to set up on the Mac that I feel like I'm probably just missing something. I did legitimately forget the paint water, though, because I was messing with stuff. Okay, so It's a new color of the month. I did not bring the color card out like I should have. But that's okay. Yes. So far it seems to be going good. It is warm, which is to be expected. But I will probably get a bigger fan platform for this one because it is significantly bigger than my other laptop. So the one that I have for my Mac won't really fit. But we do have a new color of the month. Is this color? It's rose, which looks way more saturated in person than it does on this computer screen right now. Although I do need to color correct the screen on Windows. I have noticed that everything is like way less saturated than normal that I'm used to, I guess is a better thing. But we are going to use rose and we're going to make a little heart donut for February sticker club sticker. Because I like hearts. How is your stream, Thymie? I think I was in the middle of figuring stuff out and did not actually ask you the appropriate questions. But you should let me know how stream was. Let me see here. The key to making this look like a donut and not a cookie is having the pale line around the edge. So, I'm gonna decide what color I want to start with. I guess I could do the Naples yellow. Actually, it wouldn't be bad. I do still have that on my palette right now, right here. I did not, Shawnee. Thank you. I'm doing stretchies. Thank you for reminding me. I also didn't open the rewards queue, which I usually do just so that I can see if there's stuff that I haven't done peeking out at the bottom. I don't know Rabbit and Steel. Sounds interesting, just the combo name. It's weird to actually see my hands move when I move my hands. If you've ever worked, like streamed off of a slow laptop and have seen your hands move approximately 3 seconds after you actually do it. Yeah, I wasn't actually planning to start with the new laptop today, but then I transferred all of my scenes over. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We ball. Okay, hand stretchies. I did body stretchies. I need to do a sippy, and I need to say something nice about myself. Something nice about myself. Thank you. Yeah, I'll probably add more stuff and mess with it as I go, because since I have this, I can probably use Mix It Up now, which means that I can have custom entrances for people, which I would like to do for my besties, you know. And also have some commands that make a small sound. Not a lot of sound, y'all know how I am, but a little sound. Hi Illuminati, good to see you. Yeah, I could use Mix It Up, because I know that Rainbow and Sleepy both use Mix It Up. So does Stars. And I think I has had more problems with it, though. I has had more problems with, like, everything. I has run into problems with OBS that I could never even have comprehended, honestly. Exactly, a little sound as a treat. Nice thing about myself. I'm not forgetting, I'm not. My brain is trying to pick through like 65 different options right now. That's what's happening. Yeah, I know that it can be like, but most of the time that I'm seeing people have issues with it, they have like a lot of stuff running through it, which is not going to be a thing for me. So like, we're gonna have cooldowns on sounds or my brain will explode. So it's not going to be like a spam until it explodes, like somebody else's stream. Kind of a thing. Tell them about myself. You know what? This is actually a good one that kind of encompasses a few of the things I was thinking about. I accepted my own limitations this weekend and stopped working because I was tired and my nervous system was mad, and I decided to just chill. And so I played Date Everything for approximately 9 hours yesterday, straight. I mean, straight. I played it gay. You know I did. But, yeah, I've been much better about resting already. That is one of my New Year's resolutions this year, is to understand my own limitations and, like, actually accommodate myself a bit better. Because I really am the one who is least likely to accommodate myself. Because there's a little voice that lives in my head of somebody who used to always tell me I was lazy for, you know, sitting. So we're defeating that this year. If you guys do want to know my full, like, New Year's resolution, blah, blah, I did write a little bit about that in a newsletter that I send out through Patreon. And I also have just set up a blog through my website. So that you can see those there too. One of my things for this week is figuring out how to do a newsletter through my website, because I know that the service that I use offers that. I just haven't looked at it yet, but I will probably do that so that you can get the newsletter through that too, because I've started doing one at the beginning of every month to explain the, like, just kind of give a little, hey, sup, it me, ya bish. And then also explaining the, like, physical benefits for my patrons and saying what the color of the month is and stuff like that. So yeah, I do really like it. But yeah. Okay, so that was my compliment. Can you tell that my brain is not together? And that would be super useful, Stars. Thank you. Sorry, I got off on a tangent, and then I stopped reading stuff. But yeah, I did play it very gay. So I posted about this on Tumblr, actually. I was like, on a scale of 1 to yeah, cool, thanks, Stars. I probably will just work on it by myself, mostly just because that's how I do things best. The least overwhelming option for me. But on a scale of 1 to meeting all of the possible dateables and Date Everything so that you can make a list and end on your best, like your personal favorite of all of the dating options, how autistic are you? I don't have a color-coded list yet, but probably will get there, honestly. But so far, Abel is probably going to be the last one. Which I don't think surprises anybody who has seen my dating history even a little. But yeah, I'm doing the ones that annoy me first and then expanding out. Abel is going to be my last one. He is the table. He's Abel your table. Who is the chubby guy who has a country accent and wears a little cowboy hat that is a table. I also am very fond of Cabricio, which would be your cabinet, who is like classic over-the-top Italian romancer. I stopped actually romancing him, like doing his things, because I was like, actually, I want to save these for later. I got Lux out of the way, who would be the lights, and is, for me at least, probably the most annoying one in the game. I don't think I'm alone in thinking that. I've also already done Timothy the timepiece. Which, like, I get it. I get the schedule thing, but also you need to chill, dude. Okay. Actually starting to paint. That's the next task here. Can you tell that I'm just, like, ping-ponging all over the place? And I know why I am. And the answer is hormones, shakes fist, but I think I do want to... What is under there? I really like that. Yeah, I'm not going to finish that sentence, apparently.
It's addressed to both of us.
Okay.
It's Katie and Greg is probably from.
Oh, probably from Annie Dye, or not Annie Dye, Aunt Karen, huh? Yeah. I do have stuff to send to Annie Dye, so if there's any, well, and the fam. So if there's if you want to include a letter or something, let me know. But I bought a bunch of books for them that I liked. So really it's going to end up being for Uncle Greg, but... Oh, nice. From the church?
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to wait for UAA to get me mine so that I can do my taxes.
About to send another email to work for another trip.
Okay.
They get a book.
Oh. Well, that would be good for you. Good luck. Greg is about to graduate with his little accounting degree that he's been working on really hard. He's been looking at jobs. And yeah. So far he's gotten like a couple interviews, but he hasn't gotten the job yet. That's because also some of the listings are fake, which we all know. Yeah, Greg's killing it. Okay. Maybe should have brought my iPad out here so I could pull up a donut reference, but I also could just do it from my brain skull and then hate it afterwards, you know? Yeah, how was your guys' last week? Mine was really weird. I can't talk about a lot of it on stream, but some of you know some of the deets. Last week was a lot, but I came out of it 2 Lego sets and a new Silhouette cutter Richer. So I have the Silhouette Cameo 5 now waiting to be set up. Which was a surprise to me. Which I think ruins Bwib's streak of getting everybody the same cutter. Yeah, so I met the woman that my dad has been dating, basically. And she was very nice and asked me about how I do my sticker stuff. And I kind of went on my little tirade. You guys have heard it about how shitty the Silhouette software is on Mac. And her solution, after hearing me complain about the difficulties that this thing has been causing me, was to just buy me the newest cutter. Which was very shocking to me. Because, I don't know, I just don't... I guess the simple way to put that is I'm not used to getting help. I guess is a way to put that. I think I've changed my mind about how I want to do this a little bit. So, like, yeah, it was a surprise. Not an unpleasant surprise. It was just like, oh. And it does mean that I have, like, way more electronic stuff to set up, which is mildly overwhelming to me. Yeah, I saw on your story. I'm glad that you guys actually got to meet up. Because I'm assuming this is the friend who decides to not show regularly. I was trying to think of a nicer way to say that, but like, I don't know that there is really. Yeah, too spontaneous. That's a good way to put it. Which is a quality that I can admire because I am not like that, but also if you do that around me, I will lose my shit. Yeah, pretty much, Shawnee. If you need help staying silly, let me know. I did not have therapy last week either. Got canceled. But I like sent a message to my therapist when I was like, yeah, that's fine. We can just meet next week. That's all good. But here's like the Cliff Notes version of what's been happening this week. And she was like, responded to me in less than 5 minutes and said, I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Do you want a sooner appointment? I was like, nah, I'm fine. like, yes, everything happens so much so all the time forever, but no, it's fine. I'm good. And I hope this week goes better for you, Amma. Oh God, yeah, that's a lot of people. Okay, I have successfully used the last of the Naples yellow that was on my palette. I do need to adjust these colors, I think. Because that looks like nothing. It looks like I just did a lot of nothing. We'll get better as we deepen stuff up, but... Hi, Tens! Good to see you. Speaking of scheduling, Tens, I'm streaming off of the new laptop. That means we need to figure out a time to play Valhalla, I think. And here's where we learn that Katie never actually says a bit. She means it. Like, oh, I didn't know we were actually going to do that. Yeah, I meant it. I haven't downloaded it on the laptop yet, but I will do that, and I'm gonna need to make a new scene for it anyway. So, as I don't have a gaming scene because I haven't done that. I did like ancient times have a digital capture screen, but that was for my iPad. That ended up like not really working. Although maybe I can set that up on this now. No, we'll see. Tears. Yeah. I did like repeatedly express that I was actually meaning to do that. But in my experience, I guess I haven't had that much of a run-in with this lately because like all my friends are neurodivergent now. But a lot of times I will say that I'm going to do something repeatedly and people just like won't believe me. Which in my youth ended up with a lot of people getting bitten. Because I think it's only fair to give people warning before you're going to bite them so that they can change their behavior. And if they don't, then they get bitten. A rattlesnake is a very honorable creature for letting us know so loudly what is going to happen if we don't step off, you know? And to be clear, this is when I was like a teenager. I would bite people who touched me when I didn't want them to, but I would warn them first. And eventually people learned. Which, like, again, why did nobody diagnose this bitch? I also now can try and figure out how to split audio. And then I can play my music sometimes if I want to. Although, like, generally speaking, this is my music. It's just music that's fine on YouTube and on Twitch. But it is stuff that I listen to for realsies, so. I could make everybody listen to my other playlists. Yeah, that would be super helpful, Rainbow. Thank you. I was going to ask you and Sleepy, because I know you both do that, so. I will say I probably won't do song requests. At least not for a while until I get, like, more comfortable with stuff and if it works again, because I know that they updated Spotify stuff and it was kind of breaking the program or whatever the right word is. Yeah, which it's gone down before, I know of, when Spotify has like updated stuff, which is frustrating. But this also means, since I have this set up now, I can probably do like a real co-work stream at some point. Of course it was. Spotify was just like, we don't want you sharing stuff, so just don't deal with it. But if it continues to not work, then that just means I don't have to make up another excuse for why I don't want to do song requests. I mean, I don't really need to make up an excuse anyway, but that does make it quite a bit easier. Okay, this color needs to go out a little bit more. I know that I saved images. Where did I save them? Of the donut. This is based off of the real donut. Me looking at my tabs. I'm trying to not open new tabs on my phone. Because there was a poll that went around on Tumblr, like, how many tabs do you have open on whatever device you're currently using, and my answer was 69, and I'm like, that's like, haha, nice, but also that's way too many. I need to get it together. Yeah, exactly. I have a really bad habit of like just opening a new one if I can't, because I need to look at stuff now. You know, I don't have time to figure out if that tab should stay open or not. Okay, that's what I'm doing. So we need to do a little bit more brown. But I also, so like I have this thing where like I will get, and again, this is like our Divergent stuff, but I will get like, into something and I will have tabs open to give me information on the thing. So for instance, at one point I never finished it, but I was watching through all of the court TV flopping for the O.J. Simpson trial because I'm not a normal person. And so because of that, I had the, there's a website that has all of the court transcripts on it so that I could go through by date and read for the sidebars and stuff that were up with the judge, what was being said, to get a better, like, clearer view of what was going on. And to read stuff if I couldn't understand what people were saying. So I still have those tabs open. Do you want to know the last time that I actually watched one of those videos? Want to take a guess? If your guess is 3 years, then you were correct. Do I still have those tabs on my phone? Yes, I do. Because it was hard to find. Yep. Which I do think about going back to that occasionally, because for the most part, like, it's not super exciting, right? Like, it's just court. And it's a lot of quiet sounds and people shuffling papers a lot, which means that it's nice background noise until something happens. But it also is just like, it's a lot. And they're all on YouTube. So, like, you can watch through. Because it's one of those things where, like, I watched a dramatized TV show about the case, right? And I was like, okay, but what is the truth here? And the truth is that it was a really fucked up case. For a number of reasons. Where do I have the box with the questions in it? I'm so messy. Because I don't have any real space, but, you know. Here. Near. That's not you. That's not you. You under here? No. I have too much stuff, but also not enough stuff. I have the wrong stuff. Trying to be very careful to not unplug the charging cord from the laptop, because every time it changes its power status, so if it's like unplugged or replugged or whatever, their screen goes dark for a bit, which I think would kill stream probably. There they are. Underneath every possible thing that they could be. What's that for me? Here we go. It still looks so blurry to me on screen. I don't know why. Ugh. We're gonna flip a card apparently. Where did that one go? Oh, I also trimmed the cat's nails today. He was not happy about it. Alright. Left or right? B. Then I will put these someplace where I can actually find them again, hopefully. Although maybe that's not real. Yeah, because he stole his cheese. So, like, he's been really good about not stealing stuff off my plate. He will lick things sometimes. Like, I came into him licking my french fries one day. And he does lick my popcorn occasionally. But today I went to the bathroom and came back, and the cheese that I had on my breakfast plate that was for him was completely gone. So he just horfed it down and pretended like I wouldn't notice. So when I finished my breakfast and I ate the thing that I usually eat before I give him his cheese, he got really excited. I was like, you already ate all your cheese, bucko. And when I saw that he had stolen all the cheese, I was like, all right, we're trimming your nails right now then. And I did, and he wasn't happy about it. Yeah, it was kind of a cheese thief. Like, it was his cheese. It just wasn't time yet, you know? BP, did you want left or right stack? If you're still listening. I know that it took me a while to find these cards. Oh, also, yeah, sale's still running. So if you want stuff, good. Can you tell that I have hypermobility the way that my finger points? Jesus Christ. Left. You got it. Okay, I'm gonna read all 3 of these. There's 3 questions on each. Oh, I should remove the imprint one actually because I've killed it. Well, as killed it as you can, but all of the images are archived now. I should update that. There are 3 questions on each card. I will read all 3 of them. Sometimes they get kind of heavy, so you can, pick one or answer all 3 or whatever floats your boat. Do you like to receive cash as a present? Would you want to know in advance how and when you're going to die? If someone from the year 3000 could see how we live today, what would surprise them the most? Thank you, Shani. I should have brought a memo notepad out here to write stuff down, actually, but I didn't. I truly do not care about. This works. Oh, true, Shani. I also tend to oh, that's where that other pen went. Okay. Do you work? I don't think I've ever used this pen before. Okay. Delete imprint. Command. Date sale command. Yeah, I also like cash as a present. For sure. I do not want to know how and when I'm going to die. Because, I just don't want to worry about it. Honestly, I will worry the normal amount about dying and not think about it too hard. And I'm gonna go with the, yes, agreed, Rainbow. For the year 3000 one, I'm hoping that they would be surprised about how shitty our lives are and how it took us so long to get universal health care. I'm gonna say that. Yeah, that's fair, Bloom, and hello. Yeah, honestly, that's above my pay grade. I don't need to know. I feel like there was something else that I would have written down, but I don't remember anymore. Which is why I would have written it down. Freaking hormones, man. Breaking my brain. Yeah, I think I just need to lower the brightness on this and then it'll be fine. We'll write that down, even if that wasn't what I intended to write before. It is weird that software won't adjust things while another application is using the camera. That's stupid. Then again, it's Logitech. Logitech is stupid, so. Yeah, I do. I have a weird relationship with sentimental gifts because, so I am a champion gift giver. I'm very, very good at getting gifts for people. I will get you something that you never even thought that you needed, and then you open it and you're like, oh my god, this is perfect. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But I have not met anybody who gets me gifts that are that for me because I'm closed off and weird. I will say that Doodle is the closest to matching my gifting energy. But generally speaking, people will get me stuff and I'm like, why do you think that I want this? I would like to know, tell me your thought process here. Yeah, there was one year where I talked about this to someone recently. Who was it? It might have been Jen, actually. Where one year for my birthday, my best friend at the time got me a ticket to a concert that she was going to. And I think most of you know that that is not a good gift to get me. I don't want to go to a concert. I don't want to stand with a bunch of people who are making loud noises around me and touching me. I don't want to do that. And then she got mad at me because I wasn't as excited as she wanted to be about the gift that she got me that had nothing to do with me. So she like legitimately got mad at me and we had to have a discussion about it. She was like, well, it didn't feel very good for me. And I'm like, well, it didn't feel very good for me that you got me a gift that has nothing to do with me. So maybe get over yourself for 5 minutes. We're no longer friends, if you couldn't tell. That's fair. I don't know. This isn't really like a deep secret, but I did think about death like a lot because I did try to do that permanently a couple times. Didn't work. But because of that, I feel like I've done a lot of that preemptive work about coming to peace with like what I bring to the world and what I will leave behind, kind of a thing. So I don't feel like I'd need that. I might, and actually, like I was going to say, it might be useful to know so that you could like get your affairs in order so that people wouldn't have to deal with it. But that's one of the things that I'm doing this year, actually, is working on getting my will set up. If someone from the year 3000 could see how we live today, what would surprise them the most? But like I already have a spreadsheet that's like where all of my stuff goes and people to contact and stuff like that. Because we had to deal with that with my mom when she passed away, and there was like a lot of people that she cared about that we just didn't know how to contact. So I do kind of do that kind of stuff preemptively too. Which again, I think is kind of a neurodivergent thing, but it's a useful one, so. We are having a pressure shift, and I can tell because my ear really fucking hurts. Fun times. I think I need to push this a bit on this side because I think this is like too big. Yep, pretty much. Because yeah, if you're in the US, it's been kind of a big news week while I've been gone. I mean, even if you're not in the US, honestly, but you know what I mean. Oh, Jen also got me, Jen is the person my dad is dating, got me 2 Lego sets, because she apparently really likes Legos. And so she got me some of the Animal Crossing Lego sets, which actually, that's another thing I should put on my to-do list. I should take the ones that I got off of my throne. So I have the Animal Crossing Museum that is sitting in a box over here, so when I knock that over and you hear really loud rattling, that's why. And I also got the Able Sisters shop. which I'm considering because it comes with Mabel and not Sable. I had to think really hard about which was which for a second. And I'm considering repainting Mabel to be Sable. Because I like Sable. Or is it the other way around? The quiet one at the sewing machine. I'm like triple guessing myself. That's fair, Rainbow. I do like to think that the future is going to be like Star Trek, where they like look back and they're like, yeah, these people fought like a lot. We don't really know why, but they did. We don't do that anymore. Okay, yes. That's the one I like best. It always broke my heart in New Leaf how when you talk to her enough to unlock the QR reader, that she just like stops talking to you. It's just like the same line over and over again. And I'm like, where'd my friend go? I love you. Come back. I do like that she keeps talking to you. Like, it's only like a set number of lines or whatever, but she does keep talking to you in New Horizons. That's something that I think is nice. I do also wish they'd give us that item that's on the wall next to her in New Horizons. That's like the little sewing thread holder on the wall. I want that. Gimme. They also got rid of one of my favorite items from the Welcome Amiibo update, which was a little basket of yarn with a knitting needle. Bring her back to me. I miss her. I need her for the decorating. She's the best item. Her back. Yeah, me too. She's one of my favorite NPCs for sure. Probably actually my favorite, full stop. I'm not sure I'm succeeding in making it clear that this is a donut and not a cookie. So I think maybe we're gonna add some jelly filling to the donut. If I do a little bit there. Hi Ghost, good to see you. Hello. Yeah, we kind of like don't stream at times that are good for the other person, but it's always good to see you pop in. Oh, I haven't been in like a lot of streams lately. I've been feeling massively overwhelmed by sounds and life. So, you know. I think we're going to add some jelly filling because I think that'll make it more clear that it's a donut instead of a cookie. Yeah, we kind of just like pop into each other's chats and lurk for a second. Hi, Kuro, and yes, that is actually the basis of the thing here. I did change it a little bit from the thing. The original one. I think the one I'm doing was from Mother's Day. And I changed the sprinkles a little bit. But yeah, actually. How's it going, Kuro? That's so fair. I know you're a lurker. We appreciate lurkers here. You don't have to say anything. It's okay. I love you. I'm chugging along. Last week was weird, but we're trekking forward. Okay, what do I want to do next? I need to let that part dry before I try to put jelly there. You guys can't see, but I'm making weird robotic hand motions over here because it's helping me think for some reason. Guess whose brain is not functional? Yeah, such a mood. Hi, Sleepy! I do know that I want our color of the month to be the main frosting color here. So it's gonna be like a rosy pink. Yeah, honestly. Almost like they're the same person. Or like maybe Sleepy is getting ratatouille'd by Ghost, maybe? Let me... Because adding some water to it helps with the pigmentation. Oh, that picks up really loud, huh? Interesting. That's me rolling the paintbrush against my ring. Just for the record. I guess I can prep, actually, I can prep the hole for when we shove stuff in it. Actually, preemptively here. I can just do some shading around here. So you gotta make sure to prep your hole. I don't know, I feel like at this point, Sleepy's hole probably doesn't need that much prepping. Yeah. That statement kind of proves my point. Thanks, Sleepy. That was really quick. I think I kind of darken that up a little bit too much. Okay, bye! Good to see you, Ghost. Take care and all that jazz. My brain doesn't remember what words are right now. I'm having to pick every single word very carefully. You know how some days, like, doing a task is just do the task, and some days it's, like, split into a bunch of mini tasks that you have to do to complete the big task? That's how I feel, except, like, words with my brain and making a sentence today. So, yep. I want to see if Twitch still thinks we're unstable. I'm curious about this. It does still think we're unstable. Intriguing. Like it's fine. I mean, I'm also unstable, but like fine, so. Have a good lurk. Have fun. Good luck. Okay. I think I'm going to take a quick break, actually. It's been about an hour, so I should probably do that. Because that means that I've been sitting here needing to pee for about an hour and a half. So I'm going to take a quick break, which means I'm going to run some ads. Don't look at them. We hate ads here. There will be 3 minutes, so you can take a break with me. You can get up and do a little stretch, get a snack, get a drink, go to the bathroom, look at something that's farther away from your face than your screen is right now. It's good for your eyeballs, and I will be back momentarily. I'm back. You should be back too. I'm gonna switch over to the ending screen for just a second to see if I put the audio there or not. So I'm not actually ending. Just hold on to your horses. Yeah, I sure hadn't. We just fixed it. It's okay. All right. Thank you. Welcome back to everybody else. You should at least be back from ads, even if you aren't back from your break. Yeah, we ended once. Now we're going for round 2 of stream. I also realized what I forgot to do when I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting to do something. I did not post on any single social. I took a photo, I wrote the description. I also wrote the actual thing, and then I didn't post it anywhere. So, this is a secret stream. A secret stream, just for us. Yeah, Shawnee's tired, which is fair. Shawnee has a lot going on. Okay, this is one of the watercolors that's a little bit opaque, which means it will cover up the lines a bit. So I'm probably going to end up going through this and correcting for that once I do the scan, which means it's going to take me longer to prep, which means I should really get this done so that I can get that prepped. I haven't fully decided on what other project we're going to do with this color this month. I've been poking around at stuff, and I haven't fully picked something. And I'm kind of leaning towards a rose. Because, the color is rose, so. And I do have some nice, photos of roses, because I like roses. Most of the ones I've taken aren't, the right color for this, but I did find a couple that were the right color when I was looking. I was also considering, an Italian soda. As previously mentioned, I'm doing a little theme with my sticker club this year after January. Which I want to do stuff you find in a coffee shop. Just things that are related to a coffee shop, pretty much. And I do have one plan for something coming up that I came up with the idea a while back, and I was like, you know what, actually that would fit with this theme. So 2 birds, 1 stone, 2 coffees, 1 cup. Which is also what they should call Cap's coffee order. We heard you liked coffee, so we put coffee in your coffee. So you can coffee while you coffee. I don't know how to hit the gloom on the gray. Especially not painting wise. Although, I guess nobody knows how to do that because it's just a nonsense phrase. I guess. I'm not sure what color I want to make the drizzle here. I might do chocolate. Or it could be white chocolate. Or it could be an unnatural color of chocolate, bright red or purple. Every time I hear that song, I think of the clip from Community. So there's an episode where the Dean and Jeff are doing karaoke, basically. You don't need to know the rest of the plot to that episode. It's irrelevant. But do a karaoke version of that gets leaked, basically, and gets emailed out to everybody at the school. Very funny. I haven't watched that show in a while, actually. I like it, Shawnee. I do. They did, actually, there was some kerfuffle about it a little bit ago, like a couple years ago, because one of the episodes has a bad joke. It's a bad joke. And basically the joke is blackface, which is about D&D characters, and one of the characters who's the actor is Asian, paints himself black to be a drow. So that episode you cannot find anywhere anymore, actually. I own it, which I bought when I heard them start making rumblings about that. So I think I still have the episode. But if you're watching it on just like a streaming service or something, you will miss an episode because of that, which makes some other things not make much sense. It's not like a huge important one, but I don't know why they didn't just like clip out that bit. Because like it's a bad joke. Like it was not good when the show aired either. But like I feel like this thing where we censor everything to make it appropriate for modern times kind of a thing just means we're losing the opportunity to talk about things and why they're wrong a lot of the time. And like, I totally understand not wanting to deal with that episode. There is actually an episode that I always skip when I go through it, because it deals with alcoholism in a way that I don't like. So I just skip that one every time I go through. But yeah, I don't know. Not really my choice in any case, so. Yeah, but the reason I was saying that, Shadi, is that we could probably watch it together if you wanted to. And then I can show you the illicit bad joke. Which, like, it was never a good joke. It wasn't. But I do think that it was like a delayed reaction, I guess. I wouldn't call it an overreaction. But I don't know why that became a thing, like, 8 years after that episode aired? All of a sudden, it was a big deal. But there is also another D&D episode that happens later in the series that doesn't have that, so it's still around. Which does have some callbacks to the other episode that you miss. I don't think it's like hella essential to the show. Yeah, I do need to mess with the saturation colors in here for sure. Saturation colors levels, color levels. I don't know, girl. My brain doesn't work anymore. She says as if it ever worked. Yeah, I watched that because a friend was really into it. And like there's some rough points for sure, but it is funny. And I do reference it a fair amount. Especially the Chevy Chase sneezing thing. I send that to my dad like every time I see it because he has like the big sneezes. But you will get to recognize such important memes as "You Can Excuse Racism," which feels particularly relevant to the conversation we're having right now. There's quite a few others too. The word he's looking for is sassy. He better hope we don't find it, is another one. I use the "It's December 10th" one a lot too. Good. Excellent, Shawnee. Yeah, I do. I don't have like super huge sneezes or anything, I don't think. I just have, I don't know, boilerplate sneeze, I feel like. Just I go achoo. Although I do have to like think about sneezing, otherwise I can't sneeze, which is a new development in my old age. So if you see me there just with a really weird facial expression and my mouth partway open, it's because I'm focusing really hard so that I can sneeze. And the alternate is also true, where if I like focus on the sneeze and then just like let the focus go, I won't sneeze. It's so weird. I don't know why that has become a thing for me, but it sure has. I think I want to do the drizzle with the chocolate. I think I've decided. Oh, interesting. See, I know somebody who looked at bright lights to make them not sneeze. There was also one of my teachers in high school who said that the surefire way to not sneeze was to look at a light and say fried fish fillets. Don't know why. But if anybody wants a different technique, I guess. Did not like that teacher, actually. I was thinking about him the other day. He was a creative writing teacher at my high school, and he also went on like a really long tirade about how much he hated the word panties one day. Nobody had used the word. He just decided that it was time for us to hear his opinion on it. And I don't know why you think telling an entire group of 16-year-olds that you think panties is a bad word, but sure was a choice. Oh, interesting. We have to thank Grimace McDonald's for stopping our sneezes. He's a superhero. That was a really dumb joke. You're welcome. But at least it wasn't racist. Hey brain, you want to stop thinking about everything that we need to do after we finish this and maybe focus on like what we're doing right now? That would be great, bud. Thanks. He does look great in a Lolita dress, so true. My brain was like, oh, we're gonna have to upload the VOD from the new laptop, or we signed in on YouTube to the VOD channel. Like, I was watching YouTube earlier. Was it on my secondary account, or was it on like the main account? I think it's on the secondary one, but I don't remember. Which, like, it isn't a big deal to deal with that either way, but my brain is just like, we need to think about that right now. And I'm like, actually, we don't. We don't need to think about that for a while. Technically, we don't even need to think about that until tomorrow. Oh, interesting. I think it's fun that humans will repeatedly come up with ways to not have our body do the thing that it does to help us. And like it turns into like, I don't know, pseudoscience kind of a little bit. Because it turns into like this ritual that if you believe in it enough, it will work. I was thinking about hiccups also in relevance to this. Because there were a lot of magical hiccup cures, but my hiccups were never cured. Like getting scared or eating a spoonful of sugar or drinking a glass of water upside down or just drinking a glass of water in general. None of those stopped my hiccups ever. But, oh, holding breath, that's the other one. That one doesn't work for me either. But if I think about it hard enough, I can stop them. Which is weird. Brains are weird. Man, my brain really just will not stay on track today. That's okay. I know why, but that doesn't make it less frustrating. Technically, it's 2 reasons why. Oh, something else I should say. I'm not going to be streaming on Wednesday because my therapy is going to be on Wednesday. And it's not like right up against stream time, but it's close enough that it will make me nervous if I do that. So I'm not gonna. I might like just pop up something in Discord and do a little bit of co-working because I do have some stuff to do. That I could do while I was sharing my screen or whatever for things that you can't see, but like sharing my screen of something other than the work I'm going to be doing. That's interesting. Yeah, Shani, I haven't heard that one. I bet there are specific cures to like, because I grew up in Oregon, so I bet there are like regional hiccup cures and stuff too. Yeah, brains are weird. Like, you know that this thing you're doing is fake, and yet your brain's like, okay, but what if it did help, though? Which, humans love their little rituals, and I think that's because our brains do things for them, you know? If I finish this today, I don't know what I'm gonna do on Friday. I do need to set up a second pool, by the way, so maybe I'll just work on doing that this week. I have too much stuff to do all the time. I have another painting to finish this week off stream too. Not for any particular reason, just for shits and giggles. Hi, Potato. Good to see you. I feel the tired, honestly. What kind of weird, Johnny? Weird on my end, maybe? Or just weird in general? Which is still saying I'm unstable, which I think is a lie at this point because, like, it says unstable, but the line is basically straight. So, I'm not buying it. I'm gonna do that as chocolate. Interesting. I have noticed that in the old mod view, it doesn't show the live time anymore. It says offline. So I wonder if it's something with the mod view too. Very strange. They must be messing with something in the background. Yeah, the app is notoriously shit too. So. Mm-hmm, that makes sense. I did just see that pickup the sound from my button hitting the side of the table. And this is where I cursed myself a little bit for making these lines so thin. Like, I knew it, but also, like, looks good. I have not taken a progress photo. I should do that. Where did I found this? Oh, all good. The redeem is more just like, let us combine resources for trying to get me to remember. And sometimes I'm good at it and some days I'm not. And really, this is a relatively simple design, so it shouldn't take that long. think an oiter. Oiter dinked. I do think it would be funny to have a thing on the screen whenever we like mark those as completed that does like the Bloodborne thing that says Oiter dinked. I think that would be really funny. I'm thinking about that. Of course, Sleepy. That's how it works. Oof. Yeah, I'm sorry, Potato. I'm glad that you were productive, but I hope that you can get some rest. That wasn't the brush I was using. This one. This one. Oh, yeah, the lurker customer. I actually have, well, one, I have a piece of Costco pizza sitting in the kitchen for my lunch that I didn't eat because I finished breakfast like right before I started stream. But I also have some leftover fried rice in the fridge. Didn't eat it all yesterday because it was like a lot of fried rice. We got Thai food the other day. And for once, I got something different and got fried rice instead of the curry that I usually get. Homemade Alfredo sauce is so much work. I mean, homemade anything is a lot of work, but yeah, you gotta have like the little bit to cut through the fat, you know. You can also use like one of the substitutes for wine in a recipe is a little bit of vinegar, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. I do find it funny how many, and I don't know if this is like everywhere, this is a US thing specifically, but like there are so many recipes for like copycat Alfredo sauce from like Olive Garden or something, where they're just like put a brick of cream cheese in the pasta. Just do it. Just a brick. Don't worry about it. Just put a whole brick of cream cheese in there. It's like, okay. It's like, no wonder this stuff seizes up when it gets cold. Oh, I'm pretty good with roux, generally speaking. Yeah. The thing with things that are very simple, quote unquote, is that if you fuck them up, it's really, really obvious. You know? Like, the more complicated something is, generally speaking, the less obvious it's going to be if you make a mistake in one of the steps. But, like, if something's simple, you can't hide your sins. Yeah. Which, like, I was thinking, and I'm like, as I'm speaking, because doing one thing at a time, whose brain is that? But it's kind of like souffles are touted as like one of the like most complicated things. And I think part of that is just because it's really obvious if you don't do it right. Because it just doesn't look right, you know? No, we're not gonna hide you, potato. It's a different kind of sin. This is gonna be too dark now that I remixed it. That's okay though. Kind of like macarons too, or something is like theoretically simple. Like if you follow the instructions, you should be fine. But sometimes God decides that you're not allowed, actually, to have that thing. Yeah, saucy protein. I'm like that with soup. Oh, excuse me. I'm like, you give me access to your kitchen and tell me what's about to go bad, and I will make a potion so powerful. This one in the middle is like way lighter. Let's darken all this up a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, for sure. You should have let me while I was there. Just like unleash me on the ingredients. I'll bring some wild rice with me because wild rice slaps in soup. Especially if you're gonna freeze it, because it lasts a lot better, like it holds up. Yeah, and it holds up really good to freezing and stuff, so it makes a good soup addition. The other thing I do, because you don't make like a small thing of soup, like it's not how you make the potion correctly. So I make big amounts and then freeze them, or like go through it for like a week, you know? And one of the things I have been known to do is if I want pasta in my soup, I cook a single serving of pasta to put in the soup every time I eat it. Instead of putting all the pasta in the soup, because then it keeps absorbing moisture and then it gets mushy. I don't want it to be mushy, you know? So you just make fresh pasta every time. But that doesn't work if you're going to freeze it, so I tend to lean towards wild rice in these situations, or potatoes. Potatoes also freeze pretty well once they're cooked. Heck yeah! Oh yeah! I vaguely remember that one, Sleepy. But I buy, hey Brain, you want to finish that sentence for me, please? I buy wild rice from one of the native tribes that produce it. I want to say it's Red Lake Nation, I think. And they actually sell through Amazon and stuff. Which makes it convenient for me with, you know, living in Alaska. But it also means that I'm actually supporting people who have cultivated wild rice, like, since the continent of America existed, you know? Yeah. That's kind of how every white people health trend goes. Which is why quinoa got so expensive that a bunch of people who farmed it actually couldn't afford to keep any of it for their own meals. We can also point to almonds as a good example there. There's a lot of them. Couscous too, actually. Oh, acai berries too, actually. There's a lot. There's a lot of examples of this. Yeah, well, cottage cheese has been like a big diet food for like a long time. Like, that was something my great-grandmother did kind of a long time. And like, yeah, it is healthy as far as a food goes, but like, if that's all you're eating, then that is not actually healthy anymore, bud. Like, believe it or not, disordered eating is still disordered eating. Diet culture is so stupid. I hate it. And I told you guys I ordered more watercolors at the beginning of stream. I almost ordered a 10-yard roll of the watercolor paper I like, but then the shipping for that, even though they said it would have been free shipping, was going to cost more than the actual roll itself because I live in Alaska. Even though they're just shipping it via USPS, which does not increase prices to Alaska. Like, it's the same amount for the rest of the United States, so it's bullshit. I could have had so much watercolor paper without a way to cut it properly. That would have been fine. I could have managed. I mean, Sleepy is definitely one of those people who has an old soul. But they got told that a lot when they were a kid. Which, honestly, is adult shorthand for, you have trauma. Yeah. Me too. Ooh, that does sound good. I'm sure we've had this discussion actually, Sleepy, now that I'm about to say it. But cottage cheese with canned peaches is S tier snackage. And I feel like if you did that with some basil, it would actually be really good. Yeah, it was one of those like kind of semi-standard school lunch editions when I was growing up, so it's kind of got like that nostalgia aspect for me, but it is really good. Yeah. If you liked pears, canned pears would work too, but I do not like pears, so. Yeah. Yeah, you might just really like cottage cheese, which is so valid. I still think it looks kind of cookie-ish. That's okay. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's kind of like sour cream too, where it's just like some people taste it and they're like, this just feels like milk that has gone bad, which technically you are not wrong, but we made it go bad in a really specific way that can be tasty. Me too. I don't remember whose stream I mentioned it in, but I will take pickled jalapeno slices, like the coins, and dip those in sour cream for a snack. Sour cream just slaps. What? I use like the brine from pickled jalapenos in soup like all the time. It slaps. Oh, interesting. Noted. I also use pickled jalapeno juice for pot roasts or like other slow cooked meat. Which you could probably also just do pickle juice. But I feel like the little bit of spicy is good. Yeah, not everything that's about health is about your body. There's more of us than that, you know? Actually, one of the things Jen mentioned about my dad's eating habits. So my dad grew up on welfare. So he has some very specific, like, prepared foods that are, like, embedded into his psyche. like most of us have foods that like we think about it and it, you know, brings back being a kid and having somebody else take care of you kind of a thing, which isn't necessarily his experience, but one of the things that he did and would do for us when we were sick and at home is salting butter sandwiches. So you take 2 saltines and you put butter in between the 2 saltines and you squish them together, and then you can, you know, dip them in your ramen or whatever. So Jen specifically said that she was not going to get into that food, and I was like, that's fair. I do still eat that when I'm sick, though. It's just a good way to get more calories into you when you don't really want to eat, but you do need the calories, you know? So some of his major comfort foods are that and like rice-a-roni kind of a thing. Yes. Yes. I also just eat garlic butter noodles like on the regular. Because they slap. Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, one of the treat foods that we had, so like whenever my mom was gone and my dad was in charge of feeding us, we would also get pizza rolls. That was a big one. So I actually I have pizza rolls in the freezer right now. That was always a special one. Same with the kid cuisines, because those things were really expensive, but like they were so fun. They came in their own little container. It was so cool. Yeah, I didn't really like bagel bites. I remember not particularly liking them. Yep. On here everywhere. I eat handfuls of salt, so I don't think I really have the space to judge you, Tens. And neither does Sleepy, because Sleepy also does that. Yep. Like, sometimes you just gotta suck down some salt, man. Yeah. So I got some, I don't know if I told you guys this or not. Excuse me. But I got some popcorn seasoning things. And I got like a tester, like a flavor tester option to figure out the ones that I liked before I got like a lot of them. So I have ranch and I have butter at the moment from this one company whose name I'm not going to remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I will just mix the ranch seasoning with some extra salt and then eat it. I'm a normal person. You can't prove otherwise. Hi, Con. You gonna feed you? Yeah, that's fair, Tens. Yeah. Measuring out the amount is probably smart. Especially if, like, I don't know, I think I have some sort of weird salt deficiency situation going on, considering how much I eat salt. And, like, don't have issues from eating the salt, but if I stop eating the salt, then there are issues, so. And yes, I know what POTS is, just for the record. Which maybe. Yeah, that's interesting, Tens. I'm sure that that's like a real thing that people do. Just like sommelier for soy sauces or similar stuff. It's like the way soy sauce is made is very variable, I guess. I don't know if that's the word I really mean. But it differs, like, from person to person what kind of stuff you put in it. And how much of what stuff, which changes the flavor pretty drastically. Yeah, the salt book that I mentioned repeatedly went pretty in depth into how a bunch of different sauces that are similar to that are just some sort of usage of salt, basically. How they differed in, like, how they were received when they were, like, just starting to be a thing. So, like, there's one Roman one where basically anybody who has ever made it is like, this reeks to fucking high heaven. And even the, like, old school sources were like, this stinks bad, but tastes good. Kind of a thing. Which I think is very funny. It's the same kind of thing with, like, the original ketchup, which was more like catsup. Like banana ketchup and stuff, which is, again, just kind of like a fish sauce kind of soy sauce kind of thing, where you're just fermenting a bunch of stuff with a lot of salt so that you can get more salt in you. But, like, they're all basically the same kind of concept, but just a little bit different. So that's kind of how Tabasco became a thing. It's a similar concept. So I forget if it was like Tabasco as the family name or they just came up with it. I think they just came up with it from stealing stuff. But basically they went to Mexico and were like, oh wow, look at all these chili peppers. And then they stole them, as you do when you're a white person. And brought it back to their farm to grow them. And part of the reason that Tabasco was so, like, explosive when it came out and easy to produce was because the farm was on a huge salt deposit. So they actually had their own access to salt, which was one of the, like, most expensive things about, with, like, producing stuff. Especially during, war times. So that was specifically, they started doing that around the Civil War, if I remember correctly, which I may not. I read that book 2 years ago, but you know. I thought that was interesting. The book itself was very interesting. I'm reading another book. I'm running out of time to read it. Honestly, I haven't been reading as much just because my brain's been fried the past week. So I might end up needing to re-borrow it. But it's like a brand new one. That like just came out. And theoretically there's ways for me to get it without going through the library. But it's called Jim Crow in the Asylum. It's about disparity in mental health care in the South during segregation and after segregation, as you might guess by the Jim Crow. It's been very interesting. It's a lot of stuff I don't know, which is part of why I decided to read it. I just like knowing stuff. Oh, that's interesting, Tens. Yeah, there's a lot of like weird stories like that where people will just do something and they're like, oh wait, we could do this on purpose? I hadn't heard that one though. My buttons keep hitting the side of the table and setting off the mic. I'm sorry, that's like out. I don't know.
Who said in my head I knew it? Flies creep to keep you down. Muddy the middle in static, drying up the now. The greatest kind of love is a fantasy. I know I can't imagine it true. And if you had a part, it's a part of me. Smooth and dappled hues. See you shining like swallow.
I finish this. What am I gonna work on pretty?
What if we wax
I don't know that I will have the wherewithal to get another piece set up before then. As we're back to things on every single day of the week, baby. Which has a tendency to get me stuck in waiting mode. Really bad. And then I try to break through waiting mode and then I start doing something and then I don't realize what time it is. And then I get all panicked and weird because I need to be someplace. Yep. Good plan, Shawnee. Go take a break. I love you. I might end soonish. Because I'm tired, man. It's like, when am I not tired? I don't know the last time I was not tired. Anybody else have experience with this? I think it might be fake. Yeah, fingers crossed, Shawnee. Especially for you, honestly. You need a freaking break. A real break. Okay. Bye. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to go back and play more Date Everything. I don't know. I think part of the reason that I kind of like fell into that a little bit harder is because I like when there's like a formulaic kind of conversation because it's less taxing, like mentally. Which, like, yeah, I get that I'm neurodivergent. I get it. But I've had like a lot of like intense brain conversations the past like week and a half where like there isn't a right dialogue option to pick. You just gotta let your mouth go and hope that it's fine. I'm put in like a lot of weird situations lately. I did manage to not lose my shit in public, like, well, internet public the other day. I almost sassed somebody in a way that I really shouldn't have. But I didn't, so there you go. Even if they maybe deserved it. But it would have made stuff awkward for everybody. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I can see how that would be better, honestly. Actually, apparently, this is a thing Jen told me the other day. But there's a certain, like, genetic component to people who can taste a specific kind of red food dye. That also, like, cabbage stuff tastes differently to them. Which is interesting. I hadn't heard about that before. I wonder if that's part of it for a lot of people who don't like red velvet. I didn't think about that until just now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense, honestly. It does tend to be a little bit more purpley, but... I mean, beets are sweet, even if they have kind of like that earthy tone to them. It's like you can get beet sugar. to cook with. Which I did for a bit because one of my friends in the anthropology department when I was in college was allergic to like a lot of stuff. And one of them was granulated, like regular cane sugar. So I bought beet sugar to make stuff for her for potlucks for the department so that she'd actually have something to eat. She very rarely got to eat any desserts because of all of her allergies, so I tried to make some for her that she could have. Isn't it Airheads? So we always get the mix, like there's a specific candy mix they usually sell at Costco around Halloween that has Airheads in it, and I usually pick that one because they have less allergens than a lot of other ones do. Ah, Tootsie Rolls too. Because I know Airheads even have like the nut-free logo on their packaging and everything. I think I remember them being kosher, but I'm not 100% sure. I might be misremembering. There was one year where I tried to do like a separate thing for kids with allergies, and that didn't go very well because people are rude, so... Ah, good. Yeah, I didn't know that one. That's good to know. Although so many people hate Tootsie Rolls. I do really like the flavored ones. Like the vanilla and the cherry ones I really like. I also like regular Tootsie Rolls, but they're like, I don't know, a more specific application, I feel like. Yeah, I only like the cherry ones. I don't like fake citrus flavor. So it used to be like I would buy a huge like bag of those, and then I would split out the vanilla and the cherry ones, and then give all of the citrus fruit flavored ones to one of my friends who liked those ones best. It's like, it is... I've done that a lot for people where like I will pick out their favorite, especially if it's not one that I don't like. Or if it is one that I don't like, I know words. But it's wild how much effort I've spent on doing that for people who just absolutely ghosted me. I was just considering that because the friend that I did that for also ghosted me pretty much, so... I don't know. I'm good at making friends. I'm not particularly good at keeping friends. But yeah, that's actually 3 friends that I've done that for who ended up ghosting me. That's a weird coincidence that I have just run into right now. Maybe I should stop splitting up my candy. It's apparently like a sweater curse situation. So funny. Ah, good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would usually trade away my Reese's peanut butter cups. I would go for Twix and Milky Way the most often. I would also trade away Skittles because I don't like the majority of the flavors of Skittles, and you can't be guaranteed in the little like fun size bags or whatever that you're actually going to get any of the red ones, which like there's a red one, I don't care. I will also take Butterfingers. That's a big one. 100 Grand bars are also good. But I tend to trade away anything that's like citrus flavored because I don't like it. Which is a bit more dependent than just like a candy brand. Ooh, I'll also take like everybody's Twizzlers. There are a lot of people who don't like Twizzlers, but I like them. Yeah, I was gonna say I'll split my candy with you, Kuro, but apparently that's the kiss of death, so I will do you a kindness and not split my candy with you. Yeah, I love cherry flavor. I have a theory that I have yet to be disproved on, actually, where the artificial flavor that you like the least is the same kind, is like the same flavor as the medicine you were given as a child. So like I really don't like grape or citrus because when I was a kid we had grape and orange medicine. Oh yeah, Tens. I always gave those ones to my mom. Anytime I got dark chocolate, she would get them. Not because I don't like it, but because she liked it a lot, so. But yeah, a lot of people who don't like cherry, I've asked, and they had cherry medicine as a kid. Because even if you don't like mind the flavor, I still think that having to take medicine when you're a kid is one of those moments where a lot of kids have their boundaries pushed. And so it's kind of like a not comfortable memory. So even if you don't like directly associate it because you don't like the flavor, you still kind of remember it being like not a fun time. Apparently can't wear this sweater when I stream because I will hit the table with my buttons every single time I move. Which is how you can tell, I guess, how close pressed my boobs are against the side of this table. Like, I can't help it. You have to shrimp when you do art. There's no other way to do it. You can't get the right lines if you don't shrimp. I'm split on whether or not I want to try to stream long enough for Linda to start And I think that that's like a bad idea for me, but I am tempted. Because I should really get out of the way so that Greg can make dinner, actually. And I should eat something because I technically haven't had lunch. Yeah, exactly. Like I always like, I'm thinking, maybe I could do that. And then it's like, I get there and I'm like, I know, yeah, I want to go lay down. I should eat my pizza. I also have soft serve in the freezer. Should I eat that right before dinner? Probably not. Am I going to? Yup. Thinking like, who else streams today that I could go raid? And I just realized I haven't seen Goose in a while. I hope Goose is doing okay. I should check in on them. Okay, I'm intrigued. Do you want to do the sprinkles all one color, or do you want to mix them up? Maybe I want to do red, purple, and like white. This is I'm guessing this is a corner table use that overlaps between that and BDSM uses. That'd be my guess. Oh, hi, Cam. Welcome in. Good to see you. How's Trix? How was your stream? What were you doing today? I saw the thing and then I didn't look at it. The email. That's the word that I mean. Girl. Thanks for the raid. How's things going? This brush has like one hair that is way too long in comparison to the others. We're gonna give it a whole haircut. girly haircut. Single hair. Interesting. Yeah, I was talking to Bean about that the other day. I'm so happy for you guys. The other day, was that yesterday? Or the day before? I don't know what time is anymore, actually. Still like one longer hair than the other ones. That's really annoying. Thank you. Yeah, it's actually a donut, but I do know that it looks like a cookie. I don't think there's anything I can do at this point to change it so much. We did add some jam filling, which is why it has a dirty little hole down here. Which I think will be clearer once I add white highlights for that. So that it actually looks like a liquid. Or not liquid. It has the shine. Yeah, I'm realizing that I think the way to do it would have been to push the white zone a bit farther down, but like, it's happened. So, onwards. Thank you though. This is going to be one of the, well, this is going to be next month's Sticker Club sticker, so you will probably get to be seeing this one in person. Actually, next month, which I did hold off on mailing some stuff for patrons this last month, so December, because I had multiple people moving, so I decided to just hang off for a bit. It's actually, Oren is moving like today, I think. It's the situation. Yep, which is good. I know that they're very happy to be doing that, which is good. Glad people are heading to where they want to go. Now, if only I could magically have $6 million, then I could also go where I want to go. Yes, please go take care of yourself, do the post streams. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. I'll probably be ending soon-ish because I should go eat something. And maybe go to eat more objects. Which I realized I could have like streamed that if I wanted to, but I don't think I want to. Or at least I don't think that it will be as enjoyable without a face cam, I guess is really what I mean. So that you guys can see me like physically blushing. But I also think I want to do my first playthrough just like by myself. And then I will go through and replay it so that I can get all the achievements because I'm crazy like that. Mayhaps we will do that at some point. Oh, that reminds me, that was the other thing I forgot to do. I do have another game code that was sent to me that I should look at. Me adding things to my random little to-do list over here as my brain poops more of them out. Already forgotten the reason that I picked this up. Girl, brains are annoying. Game code was one of the reasons why I picked it up. There was another thing that I thought of. That's why I decided to do it, because I had two, and then it disappeared forever. I really enjoy living in a brain. It's so much fun, and I love it. Okay, let's do...
One place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism.
Space.
Space.
You want to eat the cheese off my plate this morning? Hi, Aria. I am so shocked that that is the kind of song that you would be listening to. I never would have guessed. God, my neck hurts. I'm tired of living in a body, actually. Oh, cool. I do like some folk. It is not purple. Okay, I still have finishing these, well, part of the shading on these, and I still need to do some more shading on the frosting itself. And add some highlights and finish shading these guys. Which I think is a good amount of stuff to do. That really looks like red, white, and blue on stream. I need to fix the saturation on this. It's not. I wouldn't do that. I do think I'm gonna end. Let me see. Oops. Is kicking a boot. Oh, I know who we can go with. I will be back on Friday. I will not be on Wednesday. I might do a little bit of a like co-work stream in Discord, but I might also not do that. I don't know. But if you want to have the possibility to do that with me, you can join the Discord. Yeah, I know somebody else to raid who has raided us before. Excuse me, so we can go raid them. I don't think I've gotten a chance to raid them before, actually. Hopefully they aren't. I can actually probably pull up their stream and see on my own without anything exploding. Thank you, you too. Although it's probably, I don't know, maybe it's normal time for dinner. We always eat dinner pretty early. Believe it or not, when I say that I want to see the people I'm following, I want to see the people that I'm following Twitch. Thank you for making me click 5 extra buttons in order to do that. Oh yeah, it looks like they're still going and they're doing a Star Trek thing, so we can go hang out with them. That would be great. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for being patient with me around, like, my brain being a mess and me being a mess in general. Because using the laptop today was a little bit of a impromptu thing. I was just like, well, I have this half set up. I might as well set it all the way up and then just do it. Yes, Star Trek. Let me actually make sure that so that I don't send us to this. I'm still not used to this touchpad. It's like too big. Push button. Or barrel. Alright. So this person is also doing watercolor. They're working on a Voyager painting, which looks very nice. They actually just got a bunch of watercolors from the same brand that I do, so I interacted with them about that on Threads. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I have put the raid commands in chat. The first one has emoji you can use anywhere on Twitch, no matter your subscription status. The second one has an emote you can use if you're subscribed to my channel. So please copy and pasta the one that's relevant to you if you'll be joining us on our journey today. Like I said, I will be back on Friday. I will not on Wednesday because I have other stuff going on. So until then, take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved because I love you. If you can't take care of or be kind to yourself or yourself, please do so for me because I think you're awesome and deserve nice things, including for yourself, even on the days when it's really hard. So let's work on being kinder to ourselves and each other, and then we can meet up back here for a top up or, I don't know, to bitch about things or talk about more random food facts, you know. Shits and giggles. All right, I will see y'all later. Bye.